Quick favorite Arnold movie?
Well, all the Terminator. I like Kindergarten Cop though too. You know, it's another good one. Twins. I mean, they're all good. I just asked him if he, you know, he's got 2 movies coming. I said, look, you know, cameo. He said, well, we'll see. I've known him for a long time. He's a really good guy. We're really happy about After School All Stars. That the fact that we can see fit to help expand this program. We think it's important because a lot of times, you know, you've got kids that they just don't have anywhere to go, and if they don't have anywhere to go, sometimes bad things happen. And to have some supervision and give them, you know, a sense of purpose. And I think not only is the discipline important from the sports, but also the art is really important, where kids can express themselves who may not be good in some other things. They can be just terrific in art, and kids need to feel like they're special. And I think the tutoring is really, really good as well. We had some very, very good news today with unemployment dropping to 7.7%. You know, we've seen some real progress from Election Day, where unemployment was about 9.7. To see it drop to 7.7 is really terrific. But it's certainly not the end of the, you know, it's not, we're not ready to hang up any sign and declare victory, but things are moving in the right direction. And I feel that as I've traveled the state, there's a lot of people unemployed, a lot of kids in poverty, a lot of people up against the wall. But I kind of pick up a feeling that people have a certain optimism now they did not have a year or 2 ago. It was extremely difficult. So, you know, we don't like to look at numbers necessarily. Sort of like the good news we see in the drop in prescription drug usage, but numbers can jump all over the place. But I feel like we're headed in the right direction, and at least the numbers are a little bit of a signal that things are getting better. That's what matters.
You've always said you don't care who gets the credit when the economy improves, but the partisans on both sides keep trying to take credit. The Democrats keep saying, well, the president should get the credit. Yeah. Republicans say you and the Republicans in the legislature should get the credit.
Let me tell you what I say. I don't care who gets the credit. You know, Ronald Reagan used to have a sign on his desk that says, it's amazing what you can get done if you don't worry about who gets the credit. Bill, as you know, my number one mission is job creation because it helps families, it helps children. It doesn't matter to me. I mean, that's not the issue. Who cares who gets credit? That's a problem with politics today. Don't worry about it. You know, we are all just a blip in the history of America or the history of Ohio. We're a blip. But if during our time things get better, give credit to everybody. That's the way I feel about it. And I'm not getting into that fight. That's a silly fight. Who gets credit? Look, when a dad or a mom can go home and say, I got a job today, and hey kids, we're going to go out for a nice dinner tomorrow night, they don't care who gets credit. They just want to be able to do it. And that's all I care about. So count me out in that debate.
Hey, Rick Santorum is one of your old buddies.
Yeah, yeah, he is.
But you stay neutral.
I'm not neutral on Rick or Newt or, you know, I don't know Mitt as well. He calls me all the time. But no, you know, this is, Jack, frankly, I think, first of all, that endorsements really mean nothing. I mean, every time somebody endorses, the person they're endorsing seems to lose. Secondly, we've got a lot of things to do in the state, and I'm just not interested in getting distracted by this politics. It'll work itself out, and then I'll go out and actively campaign for the Republican nominee. But, you know, I think, you know, Rick was there when we did welfare reform. I've known him. He grew up in the neighborhood right by me. I think he's a terrific guy. You know, Newt and I worked together for too many years as I think about it. I mean, we were together over and over and over again. We got the budget balanced. We made a lot of good progress. The economy got better. You know, I have nothing but positive things to say, and I think they all represent some good things, and we'll see who our nominee is, and then I'll go to work and try to help them. And you know, and I also don't think we've got to spend all of our time. It's fair to point out the differences between the Republican nominee and the president, but you know, I would like to see the tone get a little better in the country. We can discuss what we favor. It's like I tell the legislature. You don't have to agree with me, and we can debate the issues, but let's just not make it so personal. And I'm really committed to that in this state, and I'm going to keep working at it.
Governor, a quick question about payroll data. overtime statewide seems to have gone down this year. What do you?
Well, look, I mean, I think the total payroll has gone down. I mean, the total amount of the number of workers in the state has gone down. I like the fact that the bulk of that is just by retirements. The one thing you don't really want to have to do is just get rid of people. I mean, I don't like that idea. I mean, there's some people that have been let go, but the bulk of this has been getting people to do more, take on more responsibility, and at the same time, there's another side of this. This government, when I inherited, was so unbelievably inefficient that we're using things like Six Sigma and lean ideas to figure out how to do more with less, and it's working. So, I'm pleased with where we're headed on that. But government is always going to be wasteful, and the reason it is because we're spending somebody else's money. My approach is when I spend it, I feel like I'm spending my own, and I'm pretty cheap.
And the expiration of the cost-saving days, are those done and over with, or is there any chance that those would be revisited?
Oh, I think, look, we've reached agreement with another union today. It will represent some savings again for the taxpayers. I think most people are pretty pleased with it. Got a couple unions yet to go. I just don't see that we need to do that. But look, the economy is uncertain. Revenues are coming in strong right now, but the economy is uncertain. You had Bernanke out just yesterday. I didn't see all of it, but I heard. I mean, he's warning about things that can happen. Look, Europe and their health really affects us. And we just have to be careful and keep pushing for greater efficiency. We're going to be unveiling a historic bill this next week, which will be for the first time a substantive bill in a non-budget year. And it's going to be very comprehensive with energy, medical reform, education reform, and also government reform. Just got to keep pushing to make things better here.
Thank you, Governor.
Okay? Thank you all.